Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. I decided to wear another fun hat today. But once again, it is Friday. Happy Friday. Today is Friday, May 8th, and today is AMI Day 34. So I'll go ahead and start with our announcement that we will have a Zoom meeting today at 3:30 to continue our read aloud of the Graveyard Book. And it is Fun Friday, so we'll be playing that Fun Friday game, and whoever wins, I will send you a prize in the mail. So join us for our Fun Friday game, and we'll continue our read aloud of the Graveyard Book today at 3:30, and I'll post the link for that on all the usual places, Google Classroom, Class Dojo, and on Remind. So I'll post it in all those places so that all you have to do is click that link and join the meeting today at 3:30, and we'll have all kinds of fun. But we'll go ahead and get started with your work for today. So today is Friday, so you're going to choose an option for reading, choose an option for writing, choose one of those social studies options, and then choose a specialty activity to do. So we'll go ahead and get started, and we'll look at your AMI work for today together. So I'm going to share my screen real quick, and we will look at it together. Let me get my screen all situated. There we go. Okay. So first, you're going to start your AMI work for today by choosing a reading option. So you have a couple options to choose from. Option one is that read a book of your choice for 20 minutes. So you'll choose any book to read for 20 minutes, write down the title, the number of pages that you read, and then write that paragraph summary about what you read. Use all those details about the theme of the story and any challenges that the characters may be facing and how they're starting to deal with those challenges. Include those in your summary because those are important details about what you're reading. How are the characters facing challenges and how are they solving their challenges? So include all the details about theme and challenges in your paragraph summary, or you could choose to do option two, which is to log on to iStation Reading and work on the reading section for 20 minutes. So it gives you that link right there to get to iStation if you need it. If you need your iStation logon or password, please message me and I can get that for you. But it's to log on to option two is to log on to iStation Reading and work on the reading section for 20 minutes. If by chance you are completely done with iStation Reading and you're just doing those extra activities at the end of iStation Reading, you can do Freckle ELA for 20 minutes. That's also an option. Or even work on Spelling City for 20 minutes. So it just gives you some other online options if you are completely finished with iStation Reading. But don't be afraid to do iStation at home. I know y'all didn't like to do it in class, but please work on iStation at home because it is good for you and it does help you learn. So work on iStation Reading for 20 minutes. That's if you choose option two. Option three says read a few pages from a book to an adult. It could be a book you have read, are currently reading, or a book on Epic. So you do have access to Epic at home. So if you need the class code for that, please message me. Pay attention to your fluency as you read. After reading, discuss it with them, paying particular attention to characters and how they respond to things as they are happening in the story. So read a few pages from a book to an adult. It could be a book you have already read, a book you're reading, or a book on Epic. And then after you've read to that adult, talk with them about what you're reading and pay attention to characters. Talk to them about the characters in the book that you read together. Talk about how they respond to challenges and talk to that adult about what is happening in the story. So option three is just to pick something to read. It could be a book you've already read, something you are reading, or even something on Epic. And read a few pages to an adult. Find someone in your home, have them sit down next to you and read a few pages to them, and then talk about what happens to the characters in those few pages, what's happening in the story in those few pages that you read to them. Okay, or you could choose to do option four, which is to go to the PBS link and select a video according to age or grade level. So you're just gonna follow this My Arkansas PBS link. It'll take you to the PBS AMI website. At the top, you'll click where that box where it says filter by, select fifth grade, watch any of those fifth grade language arts or literacy videos and just follow along with the video and whatever it asks you to do. Or if you have the PBS station on your television, you can watch any of those grade level appropriate shows. or choose to do one of the activities on the attached PBS packet. So if you have the actual AMI packet that you picked up at Tate, it has a PBS packet attached to the back of it. Just select one of those activities to do on the back of that. That's also part of option 4. Option 4 gives you some different ways to interact with the PBS content. So that's if you choose to do option 4. So you're going to choose an option for reading, and then after you've chosen your reading option and done it, you're going to choose a writing option for today. So you have a couple of options to choose from. Option 1 says write an entry in your journal. This can be a story, an essay, or any kind of writing that you choose. So if you've started that coronavirus pandemic journal or want to start it today, once again, all you need to do to start it is to write today's date at the top of your paper. Today's date is Friday, May 8th, 2020, or you could just write May 8th, 2020, and just, write an entry. It could be a story that you make up. It could be something about your day. Maybe you've done something exciting this week and you want to write about it, or maybe you watched a new movie or something and want to write about it. Or you could write your own essay, make up a story, make up a comic book, any of those things. Do any kind of writing that you choose and make it into a journal entry for today and make it part of your coronavirus pandemic journal. And as always, write today's date, May 8th, 2020, at the top of it, so you can remember what you wrote on this date. Or you can choose to do option 2. Option 2 says, describe some of the ways that people have reacted to change during the quarantine. So you're just going to get you a piece of paper, and on this piece of paper, you're just going to write about some of the different ways people have reacted to change during the quarantine. How do they feel about how things have changed during quarantine? Have you seen any wonderful acts of kindness or generosity take place? So have you seen any acts of kindness take place? What could you do from quarantine to show kindness to the world? So what's something kind that you can do for other people even though we're in quarantine? Why is it important we show extra kindness right now? Why is it important that we find ways to do nice things for other people in the midst of this quarantine and in the midst of all this change? So you're just going to get you a piece of paper and just maybe write a paragraph answering all those questions. How have people reacted to change? What are some acts of kindness that you've seen happening or that you've heard about? What could you do to show kindness to other people during this time? And why is it important to be kind during this time of change during quarantine? So those are just some things to think about. You're just going to write a paragraph about it. Just a paragraph answering those questions about kindness and how important it is during this time and what you could do to be kind and what you've seen people do as far as acts of kindness. So that's for option 2. Or you could choose option 3 for writing today, which is to follow the My Arkansas PBS link again. So it would take you to the English Language Arts and Literacy section of the PBS website. As always, you click filter by and choose 5 for 5th grade and choose any of those videos to watch any of those activities and just follow along. So that's if you choose to do option 3 for writing today. And then after writing, you're going to choose a social studies option. So you have a couple of options for social studies. Option 1, we have to talk about option 1 first. Option 1 says petition for change. So community members who see a need for change may choose to write a petition, which gives many people one collective voice on an issue. Petitions start with a letter stating one's point and end with many signatures. So you can create a petition to change something. So if someone sees something that they want to change, they can create a petition for it, and people sign it to show their support, showing that they want to see that change as well. So it says possible issues to start a change. Choose one and design a petition. So it says create a better playground, add or remove items to a classroom to enhance learning, create a better library, start a new public skateboard park, improve a public community pool, add or remove items to a lunch menu, add stop signs or traffic lights to a dangerous intersection. So if you choose to do option 1 of social studies today, they want you to choose, they give you example topics for how to start a change, something you could start a petition for. You can think of other things. So think of something that you could start a petition for. So maybe you want to start a petition for a better playground, or you want to start a petition to start a skateboard park in your community. Anything like that. You're just going to create a petition. And remember, when you create a petition, you want to talk about why that change is important. So you could say, I would like to see my community get a public skateboard park. Okay, so that's the start of your petition. I would like to see my community get a public skateboard park. I think a skateboard park is important because, and list your reasons why a skateboard park would be important. And then, you know, at the bottom would be a place where people would sign to support your idea for a skateboard park. So just think about that. Write a little paragraph about what you want to change and why it's important. And remember to use all those details because you want people to sign your petition to create that change. So just write a little paragraph about something that you would want to change, something you'd want to create a petition for, and why is that important? Why do you want to change that or do that? And then put why it's important and why would it help people? Why would people want to sign that petition? So that's option 1 of social studies. Option 2 of social studies says, option 2 is about examining points of view. So it says, choose one of the following issues below to examine both sides of the issue. Make a T-chart with the issue listed at the top, label the left column pros and the right column cons. Then list as many pros and cons you can come up with about your chosen issue. When you can think of no more, write a few sentences about why you need to examine an issue from all points of view. So why is it important to look at an issue from both sides, from the pros and the cons? Why is it important to look at the pros and cons of an issue before making decisions? Why is it important to look at both points of view? So let's see. Let me see if they give you a list of topics. They actually didn't give you a list of, Choose one of the following issues. Well, it doesn't give you a list of issues, but I will show you how to make that T-chart of pros and cons. You can look up your own issues. That's something easy to Google. Gotta move my hat out of my eyes. That's something easy to Google, and then you're just going to create that T-chart, and it's going to look like this. Pros, cons. Pros are the good things about it. Cons are the negative things about it. Pros and cons. So maybe you could choose something like having longer recess. What are the pros of having longer recess? What are the cons of having longer recess? Or you could choose something like no homework. What are the pros of having no homework? You're going to list those here. What are the cons of having no homework? You're going to list those there. So just think of an issue. It can be school related or home related. So you could think of what are the pros and cons of having chores at home? What are the pros and cons of any type of thing? You could even use the issues from the petition. So they gave you some issues to look at on the petition for option 1. So what are the pros and cons of having a better playground? What are the pros and cons of having a better library? What are the pros and cons of having a skateboard park? So just think of an issue and then brainstorm the pros. What are the good things about it? What are the cons? What are the bad things about it or the negative things about it? And then after you've brainstormed your issues and wrote your pros and cons on a T-chart, just write a few sentences about why it is important to examine an issue from all points of view. So why is it important to look at the pros and cons of something? So you could say, it's important to look at all points of view because it helps you make an informed decision. Or it's important to look at all points of view because it helps you understand both sides of the issue. It's important to look at all points of view because it helps you to understand other people's opinions, something like that. So that's for option 2 there. And then to wrap up your AMI work for today, so after you've chosen a reading option, after you've chosen a writing option and a social studies option, you're going to choose which specialty activity you want to do today. So you either choose music, PE, or art. So for music today, it says color by rhythm. So it gives you this little coloring sheet here. And then it shows you, okay, so these symbols here, these notes here are whole notes. These are what half notes look like. These are what quarter notes look like. These are what eighth notes look like. So you're going to see, okay, an eighth note, you're going to color it light blue. So you're going to find all the eighth notes. Oh, wait, hold on. This is the eighth note. This is the eighth note, eighth rest. Sorry, I didn't look at the whole thing. So these are the notes: whole note, half note, quarter note, eighth note. These are the rest. That's what tells the musician to stop or make a pause in their music. This is a whole rest, a half rest, a quarter rest, an eighth rest. So every eighth note is going to be light blue. So that would be this right here. This right here would be light blue. A quarter note is dark gray. This is a quarter note. You'd color that section dark gray. Half note would be red. Let me find a half note. Half note here, that would be red. Your whole notes are going to be green. There we go, green. Whole note is green. So that's everything down here is going to be green. Color all those sections green. Your eighth rest is white. So let me find an eighth rest. This right here. So you could just leave it white, or you could get your white crayon out and color that section. Or your quarter rest. So what does a quarter rest look like? It looks like this right here. Quarter rest is yellow. So this is going to be yellow. This is going to be yellow. Half rest. This is what a half rest looks like. Kind of like a little hat. Half rest. So a half rest is light gray. So his little glove's gonna be light gray. Oh wait, no. That's a whole rest. So this right here is gonna be light gray. This right here is gonna be light gray. Then your whole rest. So your whole rest looks like this. So his glove is going to be white. Wait, no, dark blue. I'm reading from the top. I am losing my mind. Whole rests are dark blue. So his glove is going to be dark blue. His little belt buckle will be dark blue. His boots will be dark blue. So you're just going to follow along with the little code that gives you here. These are the notes. These are the rests. I read it wrong the first time I did it. These are the notes. These are the rests. And this is your color code of how you're going to color the picture of this superhero. So that's if you want to do music today. Or you could choose to do art today. I don't guess they have any PE options today, but you could go outside, go for a walk, ride your bike, have fun outside, and that can count as PE if you do PE today. Or you could choose to do art, and you have a couple of options to choose from for art. Option 1 says draw with a pencil. Draw with a pencil a fruit or vegetable you have in your house. Use pencil to create details, shading, and texture. So pick a fruit or vegetable that you have in your house, draw it on a piece of paper, use that pencil to create details, shading, and texture. Or you could choose to do option 2, which is draw with a pencil an object you have around the house that is important to have to work something else. So what is an object you have in your home that's important for working something else? So an example would be a remote control. You can't work the TV without a remote control. PlayStation remote. You can't work your PlayStation without the remote. A box, a marker case. Okay, so draw with a pencil an object you have around the house that is important to have to work something else. So it's important to have a remote control. It's important to have maybe you have a dishwasher. Maybe you don't wash your dishes by hand and you use the dishwasher. Well, if your dishwasher doesn't work, you have to wash your dishes by hand. So just think of things that are important to have in order to work something else. So you could be a phone charger. Your phone doesn't work if you don't charge it. So just think about those things. Choose something to draw and use the pencil to draw that. So I'll switch back to me and my funny looking hat. I thought I'd have a little fun today for Fun Friday. Remember that today is Fun Friday, so join us for our Zoom meeting at 3:30 and we will play our Fun Friday game, and I will send a prize to the winner, and we will continue our read aloud of the Graveyard Book. So join us today for that at 3:30, and I'll post the link for that this afternoon on Google Classroom, Class Dojo, and on Remind. And that is all I have for today. As always, remember to stay safe, stay healthy. Remember that I love you guys and I miss you guys so much. I miss seeing your faces in our classroom and I miss all of you so much, and I'm so thankful to be your teacher. If you need anything, if you need help with anything, if you have any type of questions, just contact me, ask me, message me, and I will help you as best I can. I'm here to help you. I'm here to teach you. If you need anything, let me know. And I hope you have a wonderful Friday, and I hope I see you today at 3:30 for our Zoom meeting. If you need anything, let me know, and thank you guys for watching.